I am Dr. Gabriela Amadeo from Paraguay, South America. I am from National Hospital of Itagua. So I have no conflict of interest. We have a 46-year-old woman with sudden vision loss in her left eye and a history of lauder 2 weeks before. So in the left eye, she has hand movement and no cataracts, and we have a giant tear inferiorly with PVR. Before the vitrectomy, we start with an encircling buckle to support the vitreous base and to support the peripheral edges of the giant tear. So we start with the central vitrectomy and shaving, as you can see. And then we just make sure that we have the posterior vitreous detachment done, because we know that in a giant tear we already have the posterior vitreous detachment, but just to make sure. Then we remove the anterior flap in order to prevent a reproliferation. Then we start removing the PVR bands with forceps. There is a little bit of bleeding there. You can see the posterior edges that it's full. Then we injected perfluorocarbon over the optic disc, which displaces the subretinal fluid anterior and unfolds the flap, the posterior flap. Then we decided to remove the posterior flap. And then we started doing endolaser under perfluorocarbon because it was easier. We did it in multiple rows posterior to the posterior flap. You can see the indentation there. Make it by the buckle, supporting the peripheral edges of the giant tear. We're making sure to get to the anterior. Then we did the fluid air exchange beginning at the edge of the tear to keep the edges dry and avoid slippage. But weeks later, we have a macular pucker. So here the question is if I should peel the ILM first. But I decided to take the silicone oil and peel the macular pucker in a second surgery. So you can see that it's very sticky to the retina. I started with the ILM forces trying to peel this macular pucker or epiretinal membrane. I tried several times. Then I decided to take with the vitrector in order to take them easily. But still I can. So here I'm changing to the vitrector. Still I can remove. There is some bleeding. Well, then I changed it to the ILM again, and I finally take all the ILM, but it's not in the video.